Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brett Keane, and you are watching and listening to God TV Radio. I hope you're all having a blessed day out there. It seems that our government has betrayed us. They have totally screwed us up. Trump told us that everything was going to be fine, but now we have another massive amount of people, all these people who are heading to America. They're going to get free room and board, free welfare, free hospital insurance, free education, free everything. My kids didn't get a free education. My kids couldn't go to the best schools or anything like that because the government wasn't interested. It wasn't America first. It wasn't about taking care of our country. In fact, the education system's at an all-time low. There's people out there, even Kamala Harris showed recently that she is so uneducated that she couldn't even fucking recite the Pledge of Allegiance. Yeah, they got her on video fucking that up. And every time she fucked it up, she cackled as though, you know, she was doing something cute on the Nintendo. Because of this, Trump said in the past that if Mexico continues to do this, that he was going to tariff the shit out of them. And he also said that the leaders over in Mexico, he talked to them over and over and that they had made deals and everything was good. So either Trump lied or they basically told him what he wanted to hear. And they're basically spitting in his face right now. They're basically saying, we don't give a fuck about Trump. We're going to continue to send massive amounts of people into your country and do this anyway. And then we've also got Democrats who are saying that they're going to do everything they can to stand in the way of Donald Trump deporting people. Now, it's in the law. It's our government's obligation to do deportations and keep illegals out of our country. The problem is that since our FBI and CIA and our own elected officials, which I think most of them got in through election fraud, they're not wanting to actually do anything. Trump is just one man. He can't, unless he's got like people that are working with him actually trying to help, then all of his shit's going to be words heard on deaf ears. That's what we're looking at. You can't change the world unless other people are inspired to work with you on your ideologies or your thoughts and all that. You can't get things moving. Even if you're the greatest boss in the world and you run a business, if you don't have good workers, if you don't have people that are going to do your mandate, it's not going to happen. So why does Trump keep on saying, well, I talked to this country, I talked to these leaders, I did all this, and, you know, they agreed they're going to change and do all this, but they're not. This is clear evidence that they're not listening to Donald Trump. And they're definitely not listening to the American people. So somehow we managed to get Trump into office, and even though we've done that, it's pretty much the government's going to say, yep, see, no matter who you vote for, no matter how much faith or hope you have, we're just going to keep on spending your fucking money and doing this. And will the American people ever get the balls to stand up and do something about it? Will Americans say, all right, there's too much tyranny. It's clearly a dictatorship at this point. The government is not fucking listening to us. So is Americans going to do anything? I doubt it. Every single time, for some oddball reason, throughout history, there was always a small amount of people that the countries of the world allowed to lead. And these people, somehow, the small group of people always convinced the mass amount of people to pay taxes and pay money and sit there and suffer no matter how fucking miserable things got. And unfortunately, that's the way it's always been, where people will just kind of sit back on their fucking hands waiting for things to change. The only way you can make it change is there's been a couple times, only a couple times throughout history, a majority of the time it doesn't go this way, where people, the citizens, stand up and they topple their governments and they have what we call revolution. Something has to give. Something has to happen. But it's a little bit too late at this point. And the reason why is because, at least in the past, when a government turned on its people, you could simply get a bunch of citizens together and beat the shit out of these people, hang them up out in the streets publicly, and fucking go about your business and elect somebody that you trust afterwards. But if you're bringing in massive amount of peoples from all kinds of different countries, and these massive amount of people are killing the original natives that live in the country, replacing them, then who the fuck is going to be the ones turning against the government? Not. It's basically rinse and repeat. You bring in new people, you kill off all the old, and there won't be anybody to stand against it ever. And keep everybody, even the new people, uneducated, unemployed, and dependent on the government's bullshit. It's like an evil god that is basically saying, look, I put you in this private cell, your own private hell, and the only way you're going to survive is if you kiss my ass and eat the few crackers I throw you every once in a while. And that's the end of that. This is the world we live in. And my family and I are truly barely surviving. This is what it's all become.